Hi guys, this is Katie, and Constantine and I sat down and made a list of New Year's resolutions. Now, 2019 has a specific theme. It is it's a lot of different anniversaries. Um, 2018 was the 10-year anniversary of what I deemed to be the beginning of my mental health journey, and I have yet to do a video to talk about that, to celebrate that, but it is in the works. This year it's really like weird thinking about it. It doesn't seem real, but it is the 3-year anniversary of a very bad trauma for us, but it's the first time that I can look at it and see that in the end it was a good, like, I don't know. I'll probably do videos about it. I don't want to be like super vague, but I also don't want to be like super duper depressing. But a lot of the things we've set out to do this year were unfinished things, unfinished plans or projects that I let go because somebody in my life who had been a part of my life for many, many, many years, they were very abusive in pretty much every way someone can be, without being too blunt. And yeah, when we were able to escape from our life with them, the toxic relationship and friendship that we had with this person, we kind of let go of everything that we were just beginning to build. So in June of 2014, I started a charity called the Angels of Cosplay. And in August of 2014, we started our podcast, and those were things that that person absolutely hated. Because this was the first time in years that I had actually had something that I'd found my purpose. You know, I loved helping people, and those were things that really like helped with that. You know, we were constantly, doing charity live streams, or anytime we did a podcast, we'd always have somebody message us on social media to let us know, hey, you really inspired me, or you made me feel less alone. And there was people who would reach out to me and tell me, you saved my life, and that is such a powerful statement. So this year is the 3-year anniversary of the last time that I did a charity live stream or did really anything with the podcast or the charity. And I still remember that day that we finally were able to see this person for the bad person that they were, and to begin that very painful journey of healing. But I remember in that moment making this decision that I wasn't going to do the charity anymore, that I wasn't going to do the podcast anymore, because they were no longer a part of our life. And it, to this day, still makes no sense to me, because they really had no place in anything we were doing. They didn't support us. They didn't really care about us. It was just a sense of they never wanted us to do those things. And I don't have a reason for why we quit doing what we loved doing, but whatever that reason was, I do strongly think that it happened for a reason, because we needed that time. We needed the past 3 years to meticulously plan things and to heal as people. And this is the year that we take back everything that they took from us, all the happiness and joy. We're rebuilding finally. So with that in mind, the quote for this year that I'm going to be making a poster with it written on it, and I'm going to put it somewhere to remind me that not only are we making our dreams come true, but we are taking back the life that we lost to this person. We're no longer letting our demons dictate how we live our lives, and I think that is very, very, very powerful statement. But the quote is, make my dreams a reality and put actions to my thoughts. And that means that basically I planned a lot of things. Even though we stopped doing the things that we loved, I was still planning. I was still going back and listening to our old podcasts and saying, I want to do a podcast on this one day. I've always planned on doing a podcast to talk about the trauma that this person put us through, because I always knew that by talking about it, it would help somebody who was also going through the same thing. And I know that because we would have people reach out to us and say, hey, the podcast you did on self-harm helped me. The podcast you did on depression and just anytime we did a podcast, there was always somebody reaching out to us to say, you saved my life, or you helped me help a friend, or you really helped me see a light in a really dark place. And I'm a friend, like I'm trying not to get like too like emotional, but I have friends to this day who I've met through that podcast who've come to me years later to say, hey, the night that I found your podcast, I was thinking of leaving, and you were the reason why I stayed. And I get really choked up thinking about it, because it's like, that's my dog barking. Sorry, guys. I guess it's like, I get so upset with myself, because it's like I feel like me taking the time to heal as a person took away from my ability to help other people heal. And I felt like it was very, very selfish that I wasted the past 3 years doing nothing to help people that need it. So I try not to think of that. I try to think that this is the year that we start back up. This is the year that I take back all the things that this person took from me, and I go out and I do what I love, and I help save lives. I owe that to my friends. I honestly do. But with that in mind, the first 3 things on my list is live stream weekly, because we used to do that, obviously. It's amazing thinking that we used to do charity live streams every month. We used to live stream video games weekly and talk to people. We used to do the podcast every Friday. And we it was the happiest that we'd ever been. And we haven't done it in many years, and that really kind of upset me. So we're going to start doing those things again. The other thing on the list, the third thing, is get our charity registered, because this is year 5, and that's a pretty big milestone, and it makes me a little bit sad to think that half of that time we really haven't done anything. Like, that's not to say we haven't done the occasional, like, volunteering or charity project, but it hasn't been as frequent as it should be. So I want to change that this year. With that in mind, the 4th thing on my list is volunteer for charities we love, because I have a long list. I do, and I can show you guys. I have a super long list of ideas for charity events and volunteering, and just ideas for anybody who wants to change the world. I have an entire list that I sat down and I typed up for I don't even know how many hours of different things that you can do to make the world a better place. So there's places that I want to visit. There's people that I've talked to, and I've made these plans. Even getting the charity registered, I've talked to, all these different people who have registered charities and said, hey, how do I go about doing this? I know all the processes that need to be done to do so. So there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to do these things. If you follow us on Instagram, then you may know that we went to Celestial Farms a few months ago, and that had been one of the places that was on my list since at least 2015. So it was really, really nice to be able to cross that off my list of volunteer opportunities, and I certainly would love to go again. There's a lot of other places that I would love to volunteer for, but Daxon's 2 New Year's resolutions kind of put a stop on that for now. His are to get a new car and move out. So obviously that takes a lot of time and a lot of money, so I won't really be able to say, hey, let's go to this state and volunteer at this place, or put a lot of money and time into these charities, because I do put a lot of time and money into the things that I love, these charities, and it kind of makes me sad that I have to put us moving out first before I can put money into these charities. But I'll still find a way, because I'm determined, obviously. And the other thing on the list, which is a little bit happier, is meet our system friends in real life. Which is self-explanatory, really. I just, there's so many really amazing people that we met in 2018 who absolutely inspired me and changed my life, and they are the reason behind me wanting to really take back what all the bad people in my life have taken from me, and to push forward and help save lives and educate people and make the world a better place. Because at the end of the day, that's all I really want to do, is leave the world a better place. Every single person that I meet in 2019, whether it's in real life or on the internet, I want to leave them in a better place than when they first met me. I think that is one of the most powerful statements. If you think about it, leave every person in your life better than before they met you. You know, you can take that however you want, but I feel like that's something that everybody should kind of live by. But I don't know, those plans kind of have to go on the back burner as well. It is definitely something that I want to do, but again, that costs a lot of money because a lot of our sister friends do not live in the same state as us, and it requires a lot of money to do this whole road trip adventure thing. But it would definitely be really good for our system, and just I don't know. There's a lot of benefits to going out and meeting these people in real life. And even if I don't want to say even if we don't get to do it this year, because a lot of us are really, really determined to find a way to make it happen. So it doesn't matter how long it takes us to meet these people in real life. I know it'll be a life-changing experience. So 2019 is going to be a good year for the channel and for our systems and just personal growth and helping people grow, and just, I don't know, it's going to be a good year, and I hope you guys stick around to see all the great things that we accomplish, and I hope we're able to help you accomplish some of your goals as well. So I'm gonna go, and I will see you in the next video. Sorry if I made you a little emotional. I always get really emotional talking about the things I love. But leave me a comment down below letting me know what your New Year's resolutions are, any hopes and dreams that you would like to accomplish or start working on this year, and let me know if there's anything that I can help you with, because that's my purpose in this life, is to help people. So I'll see you guys later.